Hello once again and welcome to another exciting edition of We Move with Super Eagles, proudly brought to you by MTN, the official communications partners of Nigeria's national teams and especially the Super Eagles of Nigeria. My name is Tolu Shotade. It's the week when the FIFA rankings that will decide the seedings for the World Cup qualifiers on the African continent will be decided. It's very pivotal, and we will be analyzing what to expect from those seedings. I'm not doing this alone. I've got the guys here with me. Bada Akitunde Johnson first, looking all yellow.
Yeah, thanks in the spirit of MTN. Fully representing. Great to be back on the show. Always fun. Always loads of excitement happening in different dimensions. We analyze. We even give giveaways to the fans on the show. So it's an incredible feeling to be a part of this countdown to the Africa tournament.
All right. Bada's not the only one here. The queen of freebies is also here with us today. You're never going to miss the show, are you?
No, never, ever, ever. I mean, what's the show without me? I bring the fun, I bring the happiness to the show. But I'm not smiling with you. I actually had on a yellow dress, and Bada made me take it off because he wanted to shine in yellow.
There's always going to be another episode. All right, so we'll take a break. It is We Move with Super Eagles. We'll see you right after this.
Feel the thrills, the frills, and the grills of African football as we move with the Super Eagles of Nigeria to the Summit of African Football come January 2022 in Cameroon, the land of the indomitable Lions. Catch all the excitement on and off the field of play as MTN, official communication partner of the Super Eagles of Nigeria, counts down to the African World Cup
with a unique twice-weekly offering on NTA.
Join us
Mondays, 6 p.m. and Saturdays, 8:30 p.m.
as we move with the Super Eagles. For more details, follow us on @MTNNG, @MTN Nigeria, on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Welcome, MTN, everywhere you go.
Welcome back. It is still We Move with Super Eagles, and it's no longer news that the Super Eagles of Nigeria are through to the playoff round of qualifying for the FIFA World Cup on the African continent. But not a lot of Nigerians happy with the performance of the team throughout those World Cup qualifiers. Imagine the Super Eagles played 3 home games and could only win just the one, and ended up struggling against Cape Verde and Central African Republic. So let's look at Gernot Rohr now, and let's weigh his time as Super Eagles manager. What stood out for you the most about him? The key thing that stands out is the fact that, unfortunately for him, he hasn't won a trophy with the Super Eagles.
And his bang average, that stands out. I mean, how do you have that plethora of talent, that embarrassing riches of world-class footballers at your disposal and not know how to forge them into a team that wins? He's been in charge for about 5 years now. Yeah. It's probably the most patient we've been with any manager in recent history.
True.
Bang average, I think his win ratio is about 52-53%. About half of the number of games that he's played.
It's about 54%.
54%. Yeah, it's about half of the number of games that he's played. I can count on one hand the amount of games or number of games that were against top quality opposition that we would forgive him for losing to or not beating. When you start to lose to teams like Liberia, surrender a 4-goal halftime lead at home against Sierra Leone. Let's not forget that. Then the travesty here in Lagos, Central African Republic, that Ikorodu United should beat. They came here and beat us. And then you play that listless, very, very forgettable game against Cape Verde. I think that the decline, if we ever were on the up under him, in the last 12 months particularly, have been really stark, or has been really stark, staring us in the face. There's no disguising it. There's no sugarcoating it. There's no way you slice and dice it. It is heading for embarrassment. At what point do we pull the plugs on this? Because it's not working. It's not working. It's too boring. It's passive. It's predictable. It's painful to watch.
All right. Let's look at the record that he's got. Just one World Cup qualifying ticket, and that was to Russia in 2018. Also got eliminated in the first round of that World Cup. They haven't won the Africa tournament on the Gernot Rohr, but he has done what almost all the previous managers have done, come back with the minimum of getting the bronze medal. But it's not all gloom. I understand better, but at the time when he was hired as the coach of the Super Eagles were off the back of not even qualifying for the African tournament.
Yes, like you said, he has had his great moments. I mean, like you said, qualifying for the World Cup, we got ticket to the African tournament, and we're also going again this time around. But I don't know. I don't think we should put all the blame on Genotro. Yes, we have a plethora of talents, like you said, but honestly, Genotro leaves me dumbfounded because he hasn't had, I don't know. I mean, it's 50-50. Sometimes you feel like he's bringing something out of the boys, but then at times you feel like we could do better. What's
the line between stability and stagnancy?
There's no line. It is trying to be diplomatic. It's trying to sit on the fence. It is what it is. It is stagnant. We haven't progressed. It hasn't added anything to our football, to be honest. Even under local coaches like Amodu and Stephen Keshi, we played good. Keshi actually retired a generation of Nigerian players and brought on heralded players, the Sunday Mbas of this world, the Buabona. Those guys won playing football that we could relate to, that we could identify with, that we're proud of. What this team has been serving over the last 4-5 games has been dire. It's been dour. It's been disappointing. And I don't know why we're struggling to look for positives. We shouldn't be. It's not our job. If anyone here gets paid $45,000 every month, it would be understandable if we were, well, I mean, if we were, I want to say verbally trashing them, right? For not doing their job. And Genaro is not doing his job. There's no way to spin it. It's just what it is. He's not doing his job. We're going to get very, very embarrassed by better teams on the African continent. And we're talking about the World Cup playoffs here. It's 2 games. If we get drawn against a top quality team, it's almost done and dusted. There's no point hoping or praying or fasting and all those things that we get up to. Our team at the moment is in a precarious state. And we need to take urgent actions to forestall a big heartbreak, because Nigerians are passionate people about football. It will be a disaster if we don't qualify for the World Cup.
Okay,
Very
let's take it from when he was hired up until now. How would you score him if we basically did it over 10?
I'll give him a 5. It's not been the best. It's not been the best run. I'll give him a 5 over 10. That's fair enough, I think.
All right, let's also look at the contract situation that the manager is in. There's a lot of talk. He's been owed salaries.
10 months.
If you look at the contract, tearing up that contract, who does that naturally favor? Does it favor the manager or the federation?
Favors us. At the end of the day, the reason he got hired was so that the team would perform. And if we fire him and we get someone to do the job, I don't care how much compensation we're paying him. It's not the first time. Jose Mourinho has grossed over close to £100 million in payoffs. You know, some of those clubs have gone on to greater things in his aftermath. Real Madrid hired him to win the Champions League. He didn't deliver. They fired him. They won 4 after firing him. So if that's what happens with us, we fire General Raw, we bring in a man who wins us. And Osei spoke about him qualifying us for the Nations Cup. Even if we don't have a manager, we will qualify for the Nations Cup. We always do. We have always done. Qualifying for the World Cup, we had done how many? 5 before he came around. Yeah. So those can be accomplishments. You know, took us to the last Africa tournament, 3rd place. I didn't think that we did well against Algeria. If we had a better bench, we could have won that game. I think we scored first or something. We surrendered that lead and lost. And then won bronze. And since then, if we took steps forward, let's say we took 2 steps forward, at that point in time, since then, we've been racing backwards. And we have to stop that.
All right. So if you pull the plug, if the plug is pulled, when the plug is pulled, whatever happens, where do you think we should go next in terms of a manager? There's talk about Emmanuel Amunike. There's talk about going foreign once again. Do you think Emmanuel Amunike figures in that conversation?
If Emmanuel Amunike comes in, we'll just be attacking football as well. We'll be attacking everybody. No, it's the honest truth. And the funny thing is, I don't know why we always want to go foreign. Why? Why is that the first thing we always do as Nigerians? We always want to go foreign.
We've been badly burnt with the local ones.
It doesn't matter. it doesn't matter. I mean, because even the foreign one you've got now is doing what? It's doing what? It's making bad pissed.
What was his pedigree before we got him? So it's not. I'm not really particular about where he's from, what color of skin he's got. Can he do the job? You can answer the question. On the African continent, you've got someone like Harvey Renard, who's very experienced with African teams. If you can get him in, he can do a job. I'm sure in all football, there's a plethora of, even in club settings, there are club managers that are out of job that would look at the World Cup, look at the Nigerian team and feel like they've got talent. If I go in there and I've got 8 months before the World Cup, I can knock them into a team that makes a splash at the World Cup and makes my CV even stronger.
All right. We'll take a break on the show now. That was really good, by the way. When we come back, we'll look at that FIFA ranking, and we'll also look at how we could equate as far as seeded and unseeded teams will be concerned when those World Cup playoff draws are held. It's still We Move with Super Eagles. We'll be right back after this.
The teams of Nigeria in 2014 were qualified for the second round in the World Cup, but were eliminated for the 2 AFCON following the World Cup. We are not qualified for the second round, but we want to go absolutely to this AFCON now.
Your all-in-one app that lets you chat, call, read, play, and listen to music. Enjoy Ayoba with MTN. Download Ayoba now.
All right, welcome back. It is still We Move with Super Eagles. Remember, it is proudly brought to you by MTN, the official communications partners of Nigeria's national teams, most especially the Super Eagles, who have come under a lot of stick from the guys here today. Let's look at the current state of play. If the draws are held today, this is how it will stand. The seeded teams will be Senegal, Tunisia, Morocco, Algeria, and Nigeria. So good thing for Nigeria. We'll avoid Algeria, Morocco, Tunisia, and Senegal. But the bad part is we can get any of the other unseeded teams. Egypt, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Mali, Ghana, and Cameroon. If you take out Cameroon and Egypt, I'm pretty fine with all 3 that are left.
I don't agree with you.
I'm not at all.
I'm not confident that
Ali, are you joking?
We'll beat DR Congo. I don't really care much for this FIFA ranking thing and the seedings. I feel like if you go into the playoffs round of the biggest football competition in the world, you should be prepared to beat any team that you get drawn against. To pray for the luck of the draw is to almost trivialize what the essence of the World Cup is. It's the best African countries going to represent the continent. If we're not the best, if we're not one of the best, we have no business going there. So you got to be ready to beat Senegal, beat Tunisia, beat Cameroon, beat Egypt, beat whoever, because as we have seen, if we're struggling against Cape Verde and Central African Republic, there is not one country listed here that we will beat at the moment.
But the good thing about this, Ose, is that most of these African teams, it's not like they've also powered through those qualifying rounds. Maybe take out Morocco, who won every single game. And
Mali didn't lose a game.
And Mali, I'm saying some of the big teams that we are probably putting a lot of stock on. I know, for instance, that Algeria had to go through that nervy game against Burkina Faso on the final day to get through. Same as the Super Eagles of Nigeria. You could say the same for Ghana and Cameroon also. Is there something like we all have problems at the moment and we're not the worst of the lot, are we?
You should stop. This is the thing that Bada is saying, Tolu, and it's not like I'm angry, I'm not pissed, no, I'm not. But you are hoping, you're wishing, you're having faith, but that shouldn't be. Are our guys ready to, are the Super Eagles, the current team we have, are they ready? If today, if we were to play any of these teams today, are we ready? No, we're not. If we get, Mali are like the most coordinated of that unseeded team. They are the most coordinated. If we won't get DR Congo, it's mostly their local guys that are there, but they will thrash the Super Eagles. So what are we saying? What are we saying?
trash this.
They will trash the Super Eagles.
Not trash
Stop. Just let's be realistic.
The only luck we've got is that between now and the playoffs, you've got, what, 3 months?
Yeah.
So there's a lot that can happen in that time.
A lot?
There's a lot that can happen.
All right, so some very skating comments from the guys here. We'll take a break, though. When we come back, we'll look at one of the teams that have successfully made it to those playoffs and will also be at the African tournament. On our team focus, we will be looking at Morocco right after the break. Stick around, don't go anywhere. It's still We Move with Super Eagles.
What's the difference between regular data and MTN data? I'll show you. With regular data, you get this. But with MTN data, you get moved right into the action like this. And this. And this. And this. With MTN data, you don't just get more, you experience more. Need loads of data to live your dream? Turn it up on MTN, the reliable data network.
All right, welcome back. It is still We Move with Super Eagles, so we're going to calm things down a bit. It's been pretty erratic so far. Gannett Roy has basically taken over the show, and the Super Eagles' poor performances in that qualifier for the World Cup. But let's talk about team focus next. Morocco are the team we're looking at now. Morocco have won the African tournament just the one time, and that's almost unbelievable, Bada, especially when you look at the amount of tournaments they've been at and the amount of good quality players they have. If someone told you the last time they won was in the 70s, you'd probably almost doubt that.
Yeah, I wasn't around the last time they won, but every Africa tournament I've seen, they've always been one of the favorites. And for some strange reasons, they've just never caught it at that level, especially their team in 1998 when they went to the World Cup in France and made a splash, the Mustafa Hajis of this world, who at the time, famously beat our own JJ Okocha to the Africa Player of the Year title. They had such a strong team, an unbelievably strong team, actually. Should have won the Africa tournament. They didn't do it. The generations that have followed have sort of followed the same script. They come, well, should I say, prepared. Most of the time, they've got top quality managers. They play and do well in qualifiers. They do well in friendlies. So you're looking at them as one of the most prepared teams. But they go into the tournament and then, they disappoint. And they'll be hoping that it's different this time around, especially because they have some really, really fantastic footballers in that team. There's Hakim Ziyech of Chelsea. There's also the right back from PSG.
Hakimi?
Yeah, Hakimi. World-class, genuine world-class talent in their ranks. So they'll be looking to go at least all the way to the semi-finals. Anything short of that will be another massive disappointment from Morocco.
But from what we've seen of the Moroccan team, their qualification team, they do know how to qualify. But the tournament proper usually always seems to throw up some drab games from them. They have Ghana, Comoros, and Gabon in the group at the African tournament, then Group C. Ghana and Gabon obviously have a bit of pedigree when it comes to Ghana have a huge pedigree. Gabon, you really can't predict. Comoros should be the team everyone takes points off in this group. So Morocco should be good in that group?
Yeah, they should be good. Ghana, even though you said Ghana have a lot of pedigree, I actually think, okay, attacking, yes, they've got it. They've got the physicality, they've got the strength and all, but they're actually struggling as well. They've struggled. They've struggled, honestly. If you look at the games that they have played, they've actually quite struggled. So for Morocco, it should be a walk in the park.
So we'll take a break. It will be time for the Game On segment, where Ose will be handing out gifts. Stick around, don't go anywhere.
It's still We Move with Super Eagles, powered by MTN. Now it's time for us to take the heat off Gannett Roy and to the audience. It's Game On, and you are very wonderful and beautiful and energetic audience. Today's freebie is for you. For you and only you. Make that 2 people, actually. I have questions in here. You know how it works. I throw the question to you guys. Whoever has the answer, you just pick up the microphone and you answer. Are we good? Okay, so first question. Super easy. How patriotic are you? You should know this. In what year did Nigeria appear at the Africa's... Sorry, let me take that again. In what year did Nigeria appear at Africa's biggest tournament for the first time? Where are the hands? In what year did Nigeria appear at Africa's biggest tournament for the first time? Okay, can you have the mic, please? I believe you. Give me the answer.
1980.
Sit down. Next person, who else?
2008.
All right, let's go. Next person, who else?
1988.
Okay, I'm just gonna have to ask another question because it's like nobody knows the answer. So you guys need to, if you don't get this answer, I'm taking all of you out of the studio now. The next question. During Africa's Soccer Fiesta in 2013, this is quite recent, who were the highest goal scorers at the tournament in which Nigeria emerged champions? Should I take it again? Okay. During Africa's Soccer Fiesta in 2013, who were the highest goal scorers at the tournament in which Nigeria emerged champions? Nobody? Nobody? Okay, so nobody. The answer is Emmanuel Emenike and Mubarak Wakoso, 4 goals each. And of course, the first question, in what year did Nigeria appear at Africa's biggest tournament for the first time? The answer is 1963. Even I knew that. Better luck next time. The freebies, of course, is not only for the audience in the studio. You can partake online by following us on Instagram at MTNNG. YouTube and Facebook is at MTN Nigeria. And you could win freebies courtesy MTN and also be in the studio, but you need to update your football knowledge. So you're not like these guys today. I don't know what you guys did today. Tolu, what do you have to say to these guys?
The only thing I can say, basically, is we need to switch seats. Maybe we need to sit over there. Maybe. I mean, they should be able to take this place. Because those were really easy questions.
Very easy.
Relatively easy.
Very easy, actually.
2008 doesn't look like when the Super Eagles went to the African tournament for the first time. Well, that's another story for another day. Thank you very much. Also, remember, you can catch a rerun of the show. You have to go to YouTube and follow that at MTN Nigeria. And you can watch previous episodes of We Move with Super Eagles. And indeed, this one, if you're watching it right now, and you missed any part of it, you can also go to our Instagram, that is at MTNNG. And on Facebook, it's at MTN Nigeria. But though, we need to calm down a bit from all the Get Up Raw bashing. We can only hope for the best for the Super Eagles going forward.
Yeah, absolutely. What I know for a fact is that there will be significant developments in the lead up to the tournament. Some of it will be surprising. Whether or not the coach stays is still, in the balance. We don't know. But at the end of the day, whether he stays or goes, we hope that the Super Eagles go into the tournament in their best shape or something close to that, and they're able to deliver a tournament that, lifts our spirits, because the last few performances have just not been good enough.
All right, the good thing is we're not going to get sacked. The Super Eagles manager Mike will be here all the way to the start of the African tournament. Thank you very much for coming through, Bada. My name is Tolu Shotade. Thank you very much for being a part of We Move with Super Eagles once again. Remember, it is proudly brought to you by MTN, the official communications partners of Nigeria's national teams, and most especially the much maligned Super Eagles of Nigeria. We'll catch you guys next time.
6 o'clock in the morning, getting set for another day.
Can you
Another chance to
feel
change
it?
my story. I believe in my hustle. I know be lazy person, but life is just a knock me back boost. If it don't close, I go find another. If I fall down, I go try to cover.